Fourth match of the night from the N1 Victory Tournament, Pro Wrestling Noah, Night 6, August 17, 2024, was another match that showed me something that I've been reserved about, but I'm going to say flat out, Luis Mante does not impress me. He just had an average to somewhat below average match with Jack Morris. That was our next match here. Again, it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't good. It was average as hell. It felt Noah is slow paced, and I love Noah for that. I love that it's not like watching a video game. I love that Noah feels like legitimate sport, wrestling, combat, what have you. But this was extra slow. Luis Mante, if you can't have a good match with Jack Morris, then I'm just not a fan. Okay, I don't hate the guy. He's not a bad wrestler. I feel like I have to qualify that. But he's boring to me. His presentation is boring. His style is boring. His work is boring. Jack Morris has some charisma. He has some appeal. And even he couldn't spice this thing up too much at all. They went 12 minutes, almost exactly, in a match that you're not going to write home about. You're not going to complain about. You're not going to ask for a refund. You're not going to call it a dud. Nothing like that. But that seems to be the pattern of this show. I'm not sure why. Again, commentary's not here. So is this... Can't call it a night off for crying out loud, but I don't know. I feel like there's something that's being held back by almost everybody tonight. I mean, just look at this. It started with 2 forfeits. Nobody's fault for that. Alejandro and Junta Milwaukee 15-minute draw was kind of, it was okay, but nothing exciting. You know, the 6-man match, Tadasuke, Tavian, and Yohei versus Fujimura, Oya and Iwata was just okay. Alpha Wolf versus Keno was a double count out. Do you see the pattern here? This show just hasn't been terrific. Now, I'm gladly watching it, and it's Pro Wrestling Noah, so I like it overall. But here, Jack Morris and Luis Mante. Jack Morris gets the win, thank God. Mante was pretty much dominating for the last minute or two, and Jack Morris just took one of those where he picks some people up above his head in front of him, sort of like an extended suplex or something, but then just drops them flat on their face. Jack Morris held on to Mante and rolled him up for a sort of a flash pinfall victory, which is good. Thank God Jack Morris won, because Luis Mante bores me to tears, and I don't want to see him advance very far in this tournament. He can go back to Dragon Gate as far as I'm concerned. He just doesn't light the world on fire for me, and I don't really much care. But the match was okay, but again, another match that was nothing special. Honestly, God, I hate saying this. You could skip this show at this point. We got 3 matches left. We'll see if they can catch this show on fire. But for Noah, this has been a poor show for them. Not a bad show, just one that hasn't done much for me. But I'm not upset I'm watching it. I just wish they'd step it up a little bit. And I get the feeling they're not going to for whatever reason, but whatever.